Here we are again. Every year we gather together to help promote the Click It or Ticket program throughout the island. And I want to thank the governor and lieutenant governor. Thank you so much for being a part of this and helping us to support. Before I go on, of course I want to thank our OHS staff. At the Department of Public Works. They run the Office of Highway Safety. They run the federal grants that we use to promote highway safety, pedestrian safety, driver safety. And this is just one of the many programs that we do throughout the island. It's a strong program. It's a worthwhile program, and we do it in conjunction with GPD, the airport police, the port police, and all other safety officers. And I just want to give them a special shout out. They're a great group of people. I know they like to go off island with Chief Steve over here, but one of these days I'll join you, maybe if you guys invite me. Thank you very much though. I also want to give a good shout out to the men in blue, our public safety officers who help us with this program. Because as we've been saying for so many years, we already know the value of using seatbelts. We know the value of the consequences of using seatbelts and an accident occurs. And we also know the negative consequences if you don't use seatbelts and you get into an accident. So I think it just goes without saying. It's a public law. Everyone is supposed to use seatbelts. And so from our standpoint, we need to promote, again, the usage of seatbelts to save lives, to save curtail injuries. And we just want to go out and ask the public again, when you drive, use your seatbelts, drive safely. We do everything we can. I've said this before. We do everything we can to make sure that our roads are smooth, our roads are safe. We have the friction course, we have painted lines, we have markers, but a lot of it still depends on the driver. Drivers have to pay attention. They need to use their seatbelts, and we can all be safe. We can all be happy. Once again, I want to thank our staff. I want to thank the fine folks in blue from GPD, from the port, airport, and the Port Authority, the mayors, and all the people of Guam. Let's just have a nice, safe time driving our roads in Guam. Thank you very much.
Cesar Esmasi, Director. And I want to give the floor to our Acting Governor of Guam, the Honorable Joshua Tenorio.
Thank you very much, Hafide. Welcome to Adelup. And some of you in the room were not here with me a couple hours ago, but I just want to point out that the majority of the officers that are in the room are actually just been sworn in this morning at 8:30. 29 of them police officer trainees now with full powers. They will graduate after they do their rotation around the island in the various precincts. But this is an additional force that's going to help us maintain the posture that we have to make sure that our drivers and our passengers, especially those children, are wearing those seatbelts. Click It or Ticket, this is probably one of the most popular and effective public information campaigns there is. And I know that we do a lot of work and we can rely on a lot of the school children to make sure that they're almost enforcing it in the car, telling their parents what they need to do when they're operating or riding in any vehicle. We've come a long way. It wasn't too long ago where seatbelts just got introduced. People were, kind of piling it into those cars. A lot of accidents and a lot of casualties back then. And although we've made some progress on the roads, keeping people safe and reducing the number of fatalities, the reality is we still have some. And for those of you who are traversing the roads, you do see people, some of them, especially the kids, they don't have those seatbelts or they're not in the car seats, right? So we rely on this great partnership. The Office of Highway Safety, the Department of Public Works has been doing great innovative work. Now with the legalization of cannabis, we also have a different kind of disorientation and drunk driving or driving while intoxicated. And because of OHS, they've been able to work with Highway Patrol and introduce some new techniques to help upskill the officers so they know what to do when they encounter that on Guam's roadways. Today is an opportunity to bring attention to this very, very important job that we have in keeping safe. So I just want to recognize the great work of the leadership, the Department of Public Works, the Guam Police Department, the Mayor's Council, Senator Kanata from the legislature, my homie, and congratulations to all of our police officers. Our new officers, thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing a lot of your success as we go forward into this year. Thank you very much, and Sizus Masi.
Thank you so much, Acting Governor. And now for the reading of the proclamation. Our reader today is Ms. Erica L.G. Camacho, Highway Safety Coordinator for the Department of Public Works.
Proclamation of the Governor proclaiming May 20th to June 2nd, 2024 in recognition of the Click It or Ticket National Seatbelt Enforcement Mobilization Campaign. Whereas Guam's Click It or Ticket campaign aims to educate drivers and passengers on the importance of wearing a seatbelt. Seatbelts are the primary defense against impaired, aggressive, and distracted driving and have consistently proven to be one of the most effective means of saving lives in crashes. Whereas in 2023, Guam recorded 29 fatalities, including 8 individuals who were not wearing seatbelts at the time of their crashes, 7 of whom were drivers and 1 a passenger. Whereas wearing a seatbelt can reduce the risk of fatal injury by 45% and cut the risk of serious injury by 50%. Whereas the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration approved Guam's 2023 seatbelt usage final report of 96.81%, a notable increase from the 94.23% recorded in 2022. This data was gathered from an on-the-ground observational seatbelt survey that included 8,906 drivers and 1,842 front seat passengers. Whereas increased enforcement of seatbelt laws together with educational awareness campaigns have proven to be an effective strategy to increase seatbelt usage and decrease fatal crashes. Whereas the penalty for a seatbelt violation is $100 per person per occurrence, with penalties doubling for subsequent violations within the same year. And whereas during the Click It or Ticket National Seatbelt Enforcement Mobilization, we encourage our community to wear seatbelts, not only because it is the law, but because it can prevent serious injury or death.
Now therefore, I, Joshua F. Tenorio, Optumagalahin Wahan, Acting Governor of Guam, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Organic Act of Guam as amended, do hereby proclaim May 20th to June 2nd, 2024, in recognition of the Click It or Ticket National Seatbelt Enforcement Mobilization. In doing so, I urge residents of Guam and the broader community to embrace the initiative by educating themselves and others about the life-saving benefits of proper seatbelt use and the correct securing of children in appropriate car seats. Given under my hand and the great seal of Guam to be affixed here in the capital city of Hagåtña on the 7th day of May in the year of our Lord, Anno Domini 2024. And Biba, Click It or Ticket.
Sizus Masi, Ms. Erica, and Sizus Masi to our Acting Governor. That will conclude our live stream event, and for everyone that's joining us in person, please join us in the front for a group photo.